For the second time, voters in Springfield were asked to approve a special lodging tax. It would be collected and put toward building a new convention and expo center downtown. It's now final. Voters said no this evening. Francis Watson joins us live from Springfield with how you voted on this issue, what happens next, and reaction from Springfield City Administrator. I imagine some disappointment this evening, Francis.
The city spent about $6,100 on mailer flyers, brochures, and other methods to inform voters about this ballot question. Now, the ballot question at issue is called for a 3% increase to hotel-motel tax. Officials say the current Expo Center has some good space, but its amenities are limited, which makes it harder to bring events to Springfield. Now, voters we spoke to earlier today had mixed feelings about the ballot measure.
There's something new that's going to bring more revenue, more jobs to the area, put Springfield more on the map than what it is right now. Why not?
I would rather see it go into healthcare or feeding the community, housing people that need housing. But I just think that there are more pressing issues that need to be taken care of.
Now, this is what the convention center would have looked like if the ballot measure would have passed. Again, for the second time, as you mentioned, it did not pass just like it didn't in November. Now, the project won't be happening without this tax, and voters won't likely see this issue again.
Really, without the 3%, that makes up $145 million of the debt service. So without the 3%, that covers $145 million of the 175. So there is no funding mechanism other than this opportunity. So it would not be coming back up.
Now, City Administrator David Cameron tells me he learned a lot through the listening tours about this ballot measure and is expected to take on some of the issues that were brought up, like homelessness and crime. So stay tuned for more coming from the city. Reporting live in downtown Springfield, I'm Francis Watson. Paul, back to you.
All right, Francis, sounds like the Springfield Cardinals won there behind you. Voters in 97 of Missouri's